Hi golfers, Nick here from GOLFTEC Singapore. It's Friday, so welcome to another lesson on golf tips. This week on golf tips, we're going to talk about how to hit the driver dead straight and find the fairway. So recently I did a lesson with a guy and we talked about how important sort of the swing path is with the driver. So for today's lesson, we're going to talk about how this golfer delivered the club at impact with his driver and also the changes that we made. So guys, before we take a look at the video here, just share with you some data from the golf lesson. So this golfer here on the left, his club path was 8.5 degrees from in to out with the driver and he was hitting up 7 degrees. So he really struggled to find the fairway. His spin axis was tilted to the left 25 degrees. So typically his shots would overdraw and he would miss to the left. Sometimes he would push it out to the right. So the main focus of this lesson was to try and straighten out his swing direction. First of all, let's take a look at his swing. We'll do a comparison and then I'll share with you guys the fix that we made to help him hit the fairway. So if you take a look at the screen, I've just brought up his first initial swing and my swing. So you see the shot I just hit just there. I was about 2 degrees into out with the driver, which I find is a pretty good number. If you're slightly from into out, it just gives you that chance of hitting a little draw but not too much shape on the ball. If we take the swing to the top of the backswing, if you watch his club on the way down, you'll see how it drops underneath this line. So this line is set at address through the shaft. So on the way down, he's swinging underneath this line, which you can see here delivers the club quite a long way from the inside. So that was what was giving that sort of into out path, the upward angle attack, which was really sort of making the ball curve too much. He was really struggling to hit the fairway. If you look at my downswing here, you'll see my club's just above that line and it goes in a little bit straighter into the golf ball. So I was only a couple of degrees into out there, whereas this golfer on the left was 8.5 degrees from into out. So I'm going to share with you guys the drill now and then show you the comparison between his before swing and his after swing. So as you saw in the video there, the golfer with his driver was swinging way too much from the inside. So it's 8 degrees from in to out. With the driver, you want to try and be as straight as possible just to hit that ball as dead straight as possible and find the fairway. If you're swinging 8 degrees from in to out, you're going to find that you're going to push some shots, you're going to overdraw some shots, and you're going to find it hard to keep that ball in the fairway. So I'm going to share with you the drill that we did in the lesson and then show you the after swing. So to help this golfer with his swing direction, we use the Tour Striker plane station. This is a really good training aid. You've got different angles on it where you can set a alignment stick or one of the noodles just to help you guys train your swing. So I'm going to set this up for my driver. So I've set up the Tour Striker plane station here just so when I set up to the ball, there's a slight gap between the shaft and where this noodle's positioned. So you should see some sort of daylight there. So you can either stick a alignment rod in the ground, if you can get hold of one of these Tour Strikers, plane stations are really good. So the idea of this is to stop that golfer from swinging too much from into out, whether it's in the backswing or in the downswing. So I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to hit a shot. We're going to take a look at the club data, see what the club path is. Remember that golfer before was going 8 degrees into out. He'll be smashing into this on the way down. So let's give it a go. Okay, so pretty straight shot there as you'll see on the screen. Wasn't quite out the middle, but did help me sort of swing a lot straighter into the golf ball. Let's take a look at that data. So pretty good, 2.7 degrees from into out, 1 degree upwards. I'd be pretty happy with that shot. Okay, so you've seen the drill there and how I helped that golfer swing a lot straighter into the ball. We're going to take a look at the results now, but just so you guys know, I've got his club data here. So his club path on the right here was 1 degree into out. If you remember earlier, it was 8.5 degrees from into out, and he hit up 3 degrees on the right here, as opposed to 7 degrees up on the left. As a result, his spin axis was almost dead straight, 1.4 degrees to the left. So this was helping him hit the ball a lot straighter. Let's take a look at the difference between these two golf swings. So on the screen, I've just put the line through the shaft that we looked at earlier. So you can see how this noodle here is set up. It's just sloping away a little bit, but it just gives that awareness of where the club should be in the backswing and in the downswing, just to help straighten out that swing direction. So just check out the difference here on the way down. So the top of the backswing is kind of similar, but if you look at the downswing here, you'll see how the golfer on the left, he's kind of tilting back and the club drops underneath that yellow line. That was giving him too much into out, too much shape on the ball. On the right here, you can see that club pretty much tracks that shaft plane we set at address, and you can see the club now is a lot straighter into the golf ball, so he's going to find it a lot easier to find the fairway. If he's swinging 1 degree into out as opposed to 8 degrees into out, you've got so much more chance of keeping that ball straight and finding the fairway. So thanks for watching, golfers. If you've got any questions on that, post in the box below. If you don't already, please follow me on my other social media platforms, and we'll see you again next week for another video on golf tips.